Thanks for taking me back to that moment, because I came into Downing Street, and one of the things that happens is the foreign affairs team sit down with you, and then they go through your calendar for the next year. And then you realize just quite how many international summits there are. There's literally a summit for almost anything that you can think of under the sun. There were about 150, and they wanted me to go to all of them. And obviously I couldn't do that. But I noticed that there wasn't a dedicated forum for leaders to come together to talk about AI. Now, informed by my time at Stanford, I was of the belief that this is going to be the most transformational thing that happens in our lifetimes. And we're lucky to live at a time that a general purpose technology comes along, because that's what AI is. And general purpose technologies have the ability to reshape our entire countries, economies, societies, with huge policy implications. And that's why I thought it was right to bring leaders together to discuss this topic on a regular basis. But crucially, and you hinted at it in your introduction, I wanted to do this differently to the typical G7, G20, because I thought it was important that the companies developing this technology were in the room. Because unlike previous iterations, it was the companies that were at the frontier. They're the ones that are deploying billions, if not hundreds of billions of dollars. This year, 20 times more being spent by these companies than the entire Manhattan Project, if you think about that major investment by the US. So I thought you had to bring all these groups together to walk through all the issues. That's what we did at Bletchley Park in the UK, and then from South Korea, Paris, and now India, which seems to me a very natural place to be having this conversation to cover all the topics that you touched on, because we're at this particular moment where, and I'll end on this, where I think the AI debate has moved from technology to strategy, from talking about the tools to talking about what countries are doing with these tools to have an impact in their societies.